Aspire Counseling Services are a sponsor of our station's fentanyl special. They're also collaborating with Jory Kinney, who is the creator of the podcast Shattered Silence, Stories of Recovery and Resilience. We visited the center to learn more about this.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Shattered Silence, Stories of Recovery and Resilience. My name is Jory. I just want to start off by saying that I am so grateful for all the people that have been in my life that could even make this happen.
So tell us where we are right now.
Aspire Counseling Services, and we are a treatment center, and we treat substance use and mental health on an outpatient basis.
And so I know that you're collaborating with Jory and you're helping sponsor her podcast. Tell us about your podcast and why you started it.
So Shattered Silence came about because my fiance Kyle passed away last year in August of 2023. He unexpectedly overdosed, and just kind of going over the traumas that other people have gone through, whether it be addiction, mental health, PTSD, and just the normal stuff that people just don't normally talk about.
Yeah, I think it's really awesome that you're able to take this moment and help other people through that, which is also something that happens here at Aspire every single day. So tell us how Aspire has helped you personally through this journey.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Aspire has a special place in my heart because my fiance actually went to Aspire at one point. A couple different points, I guess. He knew Scott from Aspire. So them helping get the ball rolling and being able to sponsor us and really just being able to make this happen has been a huge help. I really don't think I would have been able to start this without them.
And tell us more about your podcast and the type of guests that you have on your podcast.
So for myself, I've gone through grief. I've gone through, trauma and some PTSD. Kyle, my late fiance, he went through PTSD. He was a military member, so we interview those that have been in the military, just dealing with mental health, trauma, anything like that.
I actually remember the moment I felt like something was wrong. I just fell to the floor and just started crying. My husband was leaning over me with Christian music and praying, and I just remember thinking, I can't be a mom. And that is, if you know me, that is not like me whatsoever.
But that is also something I feel like people need to hear too, because people don't really, you don't talk about postpartum.
Yeah.
Obviously that was what you're going through.
Yes.
What are some signs that you can see of your loved one struggling with addiction and things to look out for, or ways to just sort of say, hey, do you need something?
So those red flags would look like separating, when someone's separating themselves from loved ones, not participating maybe so much in family events, not fulfilling obligations with like work, school, or home, having financial issues, more conflict or discord within the home, maybe someone looking for reasons to argue or fight so that they can excuse themselves from the situation.
So talk to us about the best ways to confront our loved ones if they're going through this.
Coming from a place of love and understanding and trying to remain as neutral as possible. Not trying to push on feelings of judgment or shame or guilt, and just telling them, hey, I love you, we care about you, we're concerned about some of the behaviors we're seeing, so tell us how we can help you in this situation.
And then so if we see someone who is experiencing an overdose, what are some of the first steps we should do?
Call 911 and have Narcan on your person. So anyone over the age of 12 years old can have Narcan on their person. There is Narcan available at like the Human Resources Office, even the Kern County Library. We also have Narcan. It is free. All you have to do is come into Aspire and say, I want to get a couple boxes of Narcan. You can have 2 boxes. We just sign them out. They don't cost anything. You don't have to give any private information.
And the pain that he felt inside, not physical pain, but the emotional pain that he was suffering from was so deep.
Tell us what made Aspire want to help Jory with this podcast.
We wanted to give back to the community a source of support for people like Jory that have suffered from a loss of a loved one. We have seen way too many people experience what Jory has experienced due to whether it be accidental or intentional overdose of opiates. And we don't want anybody to feel like they're alone going through that process, and we want to try to prevent anybody else from having to experience it again.
And to go off of that too, as far as the podcast goes, you know, we want to also help people know that they're not alone. This is happening more and more. It's tragic, you know, and we want people to know that they're not alone. Also, just to really spread the awareness that you can get help.
Well, and there's definitely so much shame around addiction, and just hearing your vulnerability on the podcast, I feel like could be something that can help a lot of people and maybe also help you too,
right,
with the healing journey.
Right.
Yeah.
And it already has. I mean, just being able to, well, one, I get to talk about Kyle and share all the love that he had for his friends as well. He helped people. He walked his friends into treatment if they needed it, and he truly was a person that did not judge people because he knew what it felt like to feel like you're just in this hole and you can't get out and you're alone. So I just wanted to continue that for him, and it's also helped me along the way as well.
You can listen to Jory and others share their powerful stories on the Shattered Silence podcast, available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. If you or someone you care about is seeking support, please don't hesitate to visit AspireCounselingService.com for help.